I haven't had 100 wins and successes. For me, that's a litmus test for where their mindset is at the time. Because the truth is, I don't care how many things that you've messed up in your life or how old you are, you've had not hundreds, but thousands, if not tens of thousands of wins and successes along the way. Part of our biology and part of the way that we're hardwired is for survival. And this means threat detection. So it can be our natural hardwiring to be more negatively focused. And what this means is that we give more energy to and more awareness to things that we've messed up in our past. If I were to tell the same person to write down a list of 100 mistakes that you've had, they would say, give me a couple more sheets of paper because I'm going to fill all this up. Because we tend to remember mistakes that we've had in the past because those mistakes could become a threat to us now or in the future if we repeat them. The wins and successes that we've had along the way, the time that we learned how to ride our bike, or we got an A on that test, or we, knocked it out of the park in that presentation, that's not going to become a threat to our future. Very quickly, we will dismiss or forget that win or success. This comes back to that palette of thoughts and emotions that you might have. If the only thing that you can remember and the only thing that you're aware of are the weaknesses that you have, the mistakes that you've made in the past, the only thing that you can create from that is a horrible self-esteem and a lack of confidence, which puts you into a constant fear state. So with this simple exercise, what we're doing is beginning to expand that palette. Let's give ourselves credit where credit is due. If I'm going to beat myself up for that little mistake that I made yesterday, then why shouldn't I give myself credit for the good things that I did yesterday also? Yeah, maybe I indulged and maybe I had a dessert that I didn't want to. But maybe I got a little bit of exercise in. Maybe I got to bed early and I got some extra sleep. I'm not just going to hang my head and just focus on the misstep that I made. I'm going to focus on the good things as well. And this is that little bit of that shift in that mindset. The other thing is focusing on our weaknesses versus focusing on our strengths. Again, we're hardwired for self-preservation and for protection. So it's natural that we are very aware of the things that we're not good at, because if we're ever put in a situation where we need to be good at something and we're not good at it, then that can be a threat to our well-being and our survival. So we tend to it can be a natural inclination to be constantly aware of and look at life through lenses of things that we're not good at, because those things can lead to potential threats to our well-being. What we too often discount or don't focus on, and many of us couldn't even name them if we were asked, what are the innate strengths that we have? Because yes, we all have innate weaknesses and there's things that we haven't developed yet, but we also all have innate strengths. There's things that we've used in the past to navigate challenges and struggles in our life. What were those strengths that we had? Because if the next time we face an adversity or we're going through a hardship, if the only thing that we can think about is our weaknesses, this is a very reactionary place and it's just merely trying to navigate for our survival. If we can recall some of the strengths that we have, then maybe I can sit down facing this adversity and think, okay, how can I use my creativity? How can I use my ambition? How can I use my love of learning? How can I use my leadership skills? How can I use the natural resilience that I've developed? This is pulling more tools out of our toolbox. And these are actually tools that we can do something with to move